As a woodworker, I'm proud not only of what I create, but also the way I go about it. Methodical, as safe as possible. And then something happens. How many near misses have you had on your table saw? How fortunate have you been? When something goes wrong, you simply cannot move faster than a spinning blade. These woodworkers have honored us with their stories. Please, take a few minutes and listen.
It was lunchtime. All I wanted to do was get a few strips cut. Guys had already gone into the lunchroom. I was pushing with a push stick, saw, everything was going good. The wood bound up, the push stick broke. I fell forward. The time I could get my hand straight up, it was too late. Saw came through here. I saw bone marrow, a ring of bone. Index finger was dangling down here. Picked it up and grabbed it. 23 weeks off work, 7 days in the hospital, 4 operations. First one, they reattached the thumb, put the index finger, pinned both of them. Tried that. 2 days later, thumb died. Index finger had to be moved to the thumb. I got out on Thanksgiving Day, and that's what I've got left. The thumb is supposed to flex like that, and it just doesn't. When I got back, I found they'd replaced 4 saws. All 4 of them, saw stopped. Best thing they could have done. Gives me the peace of mind that even though I do things right and something happens, the saw's got my back.
I remember exactly when it happened. It was July 3rd, 4:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. Thursday's my time to start relaxing and take a break, so I like to work in my shop. I was pressing a piece of melamine board through the saw very carefully, and when I got to the end of the cut, I must have relaxed my hand just enough that the blade caught underneath the board and shot it behind me 30 feet, and it pulled my hand with it. I didn't want to look at it. I just closed up into a ball and held my other hand around it and walked into the house. The saw cut through the root of my thumb, through the thumb and half the thumbnail, splintered off part of my middle finger, went right through the index finger, all the way through, split it in 2 pieces, shattered all the bone, the nail, it's all gone, leaving just a powdered bone and a split finger. It was late at night. They flew me on Life Flight to a hospital in San Francisco that specialized in microscopic surgery, and they placed a pin through my joints, sutured up the fingers, put a temporary nail in there, and basically told me to go heal. I'm a dentist, and my hands are critical to my profession. I was being very careful. I had the saw blade a 1/4 inch above the wood, and as I was pushing through, it literally sliced my finger in half. It's my hand. It's my profession. What I tell people is if you can't afford to lose a finger, you can afford a saw stop.
Work in the morning. It was about 8:30. I was splitting some 1x3s in half, and can't believe I did it. I grew up around a cabinet shop my grandfather owned, cut wood all my life. Probably cut my first piece of wood on a table saw when I was 10. Never cut myself before. That morning I was splitting a 1x3, was reaching down to get the wood away from the blade, got distracted by a car in the driveway and got my finger in the blade. First thing I did is look at my finger, saw there was just a little cut out of it, and said, wow, the saw really does work. The people at SawStop call that a finger save.